Hello. Welcome to quite a long gap between the last stream and this one, I guess. So welcome back to the pick up and run, where I'm trying to beat the game without picking up any items using the Encumbering Stone, which is proving quite difficult, to be honest, especially now that I'm pre-Moonlord. I'm struggling to find a way to actually beat the Moonlord without just using beach balls and spamming 1,000 of them so that he can't form projectiles. So I'm here in Team Modloader, and I'm going to go through some ideas, hopefully get some ideas from you guys so that I can find exactly what I can do. I think it's Defender test. I've been doing some testing already. I was originally just testing if I could use Defender medals from the Tavern Keep with multiple characters, and I can, but I don't think that's the route I want to go down. Does money count as an item? It does not, but you also can't pick it up. Like, I can get it by selling things, but I can't pick it up. Let's get music to the right volume. So what I have here is a setup where if I spawn Moonlord, you'll see it, I guess, where I can dodge pretty much everything except for the phantasmal eyes. Like, I don't take damage from anything other than that. I'm in God mode just now, so you're not going to see it, but nothing is hitting me other than the little blasts from the eyes and these eyes here. So I don't know how is best to overcome that, because this is also a way that I could actually get rid of the moon clots. If there was a way to fully, like, if there's a way to tank this, this would be the way. But if I'm just going to buff up, but then if I come out of God mode, you'll see I'm very quickly going to die. I'm taking hits of like 50, 51, 60, 49, like, I don't think there's any way to survive this. Like, I've tried with the most defensive loadout I can get. I don't see any way of doing it. If I change to full Tiki armor, let's get Tiki armor on. That's the most defensive set I can get. Warding. Yeah, I could change to a warding. I mean, what I have on doesn't necessarily matter that much. I really do think using teleporters to prevent him from healing is probably the best method. You can get a few and set up a simple loop or manual setup to avoid the attack/heals. That could work, yeah. Let's show this just with full warding and Tiki armor. Because it's close, to be honest. It's like, I'm almost able to survive the fight. Like, it reduces it to 43 damage. I'm gonna heal because these eyes are gonna hurt. 28 damage, not bad on those, but then 48. Like, I don't know what I can do against those 48 hits. And it's just not quite enough to get past it, you know? You can get at least a few teleporters and wire with the little money you have. Yes, what I was testing out is having 2 of these setups. So that's another thing I've been testing, just to get that out there. Yeah, money isn't necessarily a problem, like what Reaper says. It's just being able to use that money in an effective way. So what I can do is tank most attacks, and then when these eyes are about to hit, I can teleport. And then teleport. Oh, I got hit there, but that's, yeah. And then sometimes the moon laser hits me. So I don't know how I can survive it using teleporters. I think I'm gonna have to resort to movement, but then when I resort to movement, so let's jump up here to a bridge I've got. Get wings on, and probably I don't need boots, to be honest. Does the shiny red balloon work when I'm mounted? I don't think so. So really what I put in that slot doesn't matter too much, but it'll help get some vertical mobility if I do try and fly over the moon laser. The issue with trying to fight him legitimately is that I then don't deal enough damage consistently to destroy his moon clots. So I'm still gonna have to dodge all the stuff, but like, I'm not consistently able to take down the moon clots. That's him back to 145,000 health already. Dodge this, and then I die. Like, I could get better. I 100% could get better, but I don't know if I could get better enough to the point that I would be able to consistently do this, you know? Like, I can try that again, just to showcase. From my testing, the pulse bow is the best damage for this. I can't find anything that does more damage than it. Yeah, golf cart is actually OP. If I spec fully into damage or crit, then maybe this could work. But I don't see it going too well, you know? Because then that's him back to 145,000 health. He goes back to full every time. I need to stop the moonclots somehow. If you could dodge every hit with a full damage loadout, it should be possible, but insanely hard. Yeah. That's the thing, is even if I change... I think crit is better than... what's the item editor? I think technically in this scenario, crit is better than damage, because being able to deal double damage to the moonclots would be preferable. So let's try full lucky. See how that goes. And then the gi gives me increased damage. And I'll stick with the tiki pants and tiki head. Let's see how quickly I die with this loadout. Oh, and he's back to full health. This is the issue. I either go full warding and die, or I either go full warding and don't deal enough damage, or I go full lucky and die. If you don't have enough base damage to make full menacing do that much. Remember that the leeches that heal him despawn if you teleport far enough away regardless of method, magic, conch, /mirror or TPS. Or teleporters, so that is a way to prevent healing if you can dodge the entire fight. That's the thing, I don't know if I would be able to dodge everything else. Like, I could use recall potions, yeah, but I don't know if that's enough. The other option is setting up like a teleporter loop so that if I run far enough, I teleport back. But then if that's like far enough away, the Moonlord will just teleport with me. The best method I have found is this one, where I use full warding and try and out-survive it, but it's still not enough. Insane dodging and TP whenever the leech spawns. I can try it. What I might want to do is make a house here so that I can respawn here. Yeah, I was trying some Hoik stuff here as well, as you can see. Door. And I'll need a block on the bottom for that. Can you redirect some honey so you can try and out-heal with the natural heart statue set up? I don't know if there are any natural heart statues in my world. That would be quite a thing to rely on, I guess. I could use honey with bubble blocks. That's a thing I could do, I guess. Straight up a help wanted sign stuck on the stream. Yeah, pretty much. Right, let's get bed. What I probably want to do actually is change this to what do you call it? Platforms, so that I can just zoom out with my thing on. Oh, I have those platforms already, that's why they're there. They're just somewhere in my inventory that I don't know of. Okay. So yeah, I could try it this way. And then just teleport home whenever I need to. I don't know how well that'll work. So did they despawn there? I think most of them did. I'm not entirely sure though. And I'm dead. Okay, I don't see that as being a viable option with my current skill level. Have the recall on the hotbar. I'm not quick enough with that. I can try it, but I doubt I'll be quick enough to make that worth it. So I think we survived that. The problem is we're not going to survive much else. Especially with the gravity of space. Yep. So yeah, the idea of the challenge is that I'm only able to use things that I can find from chests or NPC loot. So my weapons are restricted to like the pulse bow, and I can get the key brand in a celebration in a don't dig up world. Have the hotkey for the 5th slot bound to another key, so you can press easier, so it becomes like a teleport hotkey. Yeah, I could do that. How did you get bubble gun though? So bubble gun is possible in don't dig up worlds. It spawns instead of the, I think the aqua scepter in dungeons. This isn't the real world, by the way. This is a testing world, so I don't actually have that yet in a real world. I don't know if I will use it. Probably won't. I can get rid of the lightning aura staff. I don't need that. The explosive trap. Yeah, so this is just me trying to see what is possible. So Bone Reaper suggested using multiple teleporter setups. I don't like my recall potions not being there. I'm just so used to them being here. So yeah, if I start with one there and then go there, and then you're seeing like a third one further along maybe, and set it up like a loop, I could try that. Let's just copy this. And head somewhere further along here. Don't actually know what the yellow wire is for. Let's use some green to connect this to this one here. And then I will need to break the blue wire there. Let's break this yellow wire because I don't think it's actually used for anything at the moment. That was maybe something else I was trying at one point. So now, if I press this, I should go to this third one. Okay. And then I need to set up... Oh, I shouldn't have this set up for a green wire here. I need to have that set up for maybe... What wire color? I'm not using yellow now, so I can use yellow for this final teleporter. Have you tried using other types of arrows with the bow? I believe you can buy venom from the witch doctor and make venom arrows. Yes, I can. That may be an option. Oh, this is where the wire comes. Yeah, I was trying something out at the top where I was gonna teleport to the top and then fall down, but that didn't work out too well. Okay. Okay, so I've got my three-way teleporter. Let's give this a go with full warding. I want. Yeah, what I'm using at the moment is venom arrows, actually. Yeah. So that's the highest damage I believe I can get. Don't actually need wings on if I'm doing this one. Just make a loadout for damage and one for warding so you don't need to switch them constantly. That's a good point. Let's keep my Moonlord legs here actually. So if this is my damage one, I'll want, well, I want Cobalt Shield for sure. Forgetting what I've got available. Steampunk wings, which can't be reforged. Band of regeneration is just useful regardless of what loadout I'm doing. And then honestly the other two slots are just kind of whatever I want. Let's go Anklet of the Wind and Shiny Red Balloon. And Tiki. With those, it's an option for the thing. Not violent, lucky. One of the few cases where lucky might actually be better than menacing. Can you get heart lanterns naturally? I can get them from the princess on Celebration Mark 10 Worlds. I thought the key was just a vanity item. No, it does 5% increased damage and crit along with 10% melee speed and movement speed. So it's actually quite a good item, all things considered. I'm all warding. this is definitely as high damage as I can get. Let's give this a go. And my teleport works. This could work as long as I don't get killed by the laser. I may just have to eat some damage here to avoid the laser killing me. I need to get better at actually remembering to do the teleport whenever these eyes come out. Okay, so I managed to get a heal off there, which is nice. This may be the strat. This might be it. As long as the moon laser doesn't come out of nowhere and kill me, this could work. Laser could kill me though, that's the thing. And there's no dodging that. Like, if it's gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me. Maybe need to put these further apart so they can't actually coincide at all. Because there's there's still ones nearby enough to hit me. Although I'm not having to use heals at the moment, so like might be okay. That's his first eye out, and yeah, okay. So I'm gonna slaughter the NPCs. This could work. There is the option that you go and find 3 heart statues in your world and build these stations on them so that you can have them heal you too. That's true. That could be an interesting way to make sure I stay alive. Although honestly, 1 heart statue might be enough. You get iron from chests to make buckets, so honey's not a problem. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if we can get to dynamite. Yeah, dynamite is there. Do you mean as in like use dynamite to kill the boss? Could that work? Like with a chest on top? Your wiring is shutting off your campfires as going through them. I did not notice that. Good shout. Yeah, although I don't know how it's going through. I can see that one, but I don't know how it's going through this one. let's... Why can't I right click? Why would it let me right click? Oh, it's because I'm clicking on the chair. I see. What is my colours here? Is that blue and green? Yeah, blue and green. I can't remember which one is going where. Which one do I need to actually... Okay, so I need the button to go to the other way. Oh god, these colours mixing are really throwing me off. So this green is going across there, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, green's there. Yeah, and nothing's turning off. This one's still turned on. Yeah, I'm still getting all my buffs. You could also move Dryad to under the arena to get her buffs. I did try that, but I couldn't seem to get her to actually do the attack. I think this Heartlander is technically turned off, but I'm still getting the buff. Yeah. Weird. Can they only be turned on with wire? Test and put one heart statue in one of them. Yeah. What I need to do is also get my Hoik wires set up. Not Hoik wires, yeah. These. And also get a bone set up, get a block set up somewhere so that I can actually bounce my shots back. I'm pretty sure I had one set up at the perfect distance. Yeah, what's this distance here? Okay, so on the 40 first block. So if I go 40 from the edge, on each of these. And then place a block. Block. You know, I'm actually not far off on that. Make the hand-eye area also a box so you get a few bounces. The hand-eye area also a box. Go in God mode, spawn Moonlord, and see how the hands move. Well, I've done some testing already to get this distance, which seems to be the best distance for dealing damage. So what I can do is shoot at this one, and if I set up hooks on the other side, it should bounce back. Is that what I had before? I can't remember. But it allows bouncing back and forth and hitting the hands multiple times. Yeah, but so the arrow can't bounce out ever, so you want to know the size of the actual box. But the arrow will eventually, like, run out of bounces, so it may as well bounce back and forth between different thingies. If I hammer this, I'm just going to get hit through these, aren't I? Because I had it at one point where it would bounce back and forth fully. What I maybe did, actually, is just break one of these on each side. Because the chances of actually getting hit are very low. But I do need to get the arrow perfectly, yeah. Yeah, the hooks on the outside also could screw me up. I think this is probably the best situation, because then bouncing back and forth does hit the hands multiple times. I can focus on one hand at a time. I will do a bit more of a wall, just because if I'm not quite on center, I can still hopefully get a little bit of damage. How are you going to kill the core 2? That's another question. $90 explosives on head, 50 explosives on each hand, 100 explosives on core. Explosives could work. And it would maybe be simpler than this. I can't tell. Because I kind of know exactly where each hand, well, each eye is going to be. And you're right, we would only need one attempt. How are you going to kill the core 2? Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to kill the core yet. That maybe requires another teleporter setup. I'm not quite sure. I haven't got that far. I'm actually curious about the explosive setup now. Let's get distracted. Let's go somewhere with, yeah, let's go here. Let's turn off this. Let's paint another one of these in. And edit it so that it, oh, let's get rid of this. Actuate the teleporters and have a platform hole below you. Just move the honey to this side a bit so that it can still be in bubbles. Platform hole below you. Do you mean just a place where I can hit the core? Right, so let's get rid of all the wiring here. explosives. These are made with 3 dynamite and 1 wire. That's all doable. And you're saying 90 on the head, 50 on each hand, 100 on the core. Now I don't have any unbreakable blocks, so this would be like a one-time each sort of thing. I'd have to get it right each time. What would I do, like this? Let's put God mode on. So that's 7. You will need a new teleporter set up for each 3 you blow up. How do you mean? I mainly just want to, like, let's test that this works first. So I'm not going to do a full thing here. Oh, you can't place dynamite on top of each other. Interesting. They blow each other up so you can't stack them. So I need to get 3 per... Okay, okay. I mean, if you make 200 of these boxes with explosives set up at the eye core and head of each, then you could just TP between them and trigger them one by one. Thing is, I can't tell where the hand eyes are going to be 100%. Let's see what happens here. So I would have to time it perfectly so that the eyes go over the explosives, or just have so many explosives that it doesn't matter where the eyes are. Best pick we have access to, not a great one to be honest. Okay, so yeah, it did the damage and then it just healed instantly. That's another issue, is the moon clots. The best pick, I think, is just like the bone pick. I don't think we can get anything better than that. No, not the bone pick. Whatever is the best pick I got in pre-hard mode. Maybe the... You know what? The best pick is the gold pick. That's the only pick I have access to. I could make the platinum one, I think, but there's really no benefit to that. So yeah, I think that potentially this is not the route. Explosives. I think pulse bow bouncing back and forth is the move. So it can hopefully stack up enough damage here. Although that was the issue, I was trying to deal enough damage to the clots as well. I think that's why I needed it to bounce back and forth. I'm sure the solution is clearly waiting for hoppers in 1.4.5. That's the thing, I need to get this done before 1.4.5 comes out, otherwise everyone's going to say it's just, you know, oh, why don't you just use hoppers? Let's give this a proper go. Because if this works, I don't then need to go much further with my attempts. this level, I think. 40, and then this. Also a heart statue and one or preferably two of them. Yeah, I want to try it without the heart statue first, just in case I don't have one in my world. What I might do here is put the central block as another colour, just so that I know what I'm aiming for. Let's use some pseudo bricks. And we'll level this level. That's annoying. Yeah, money is slow, but it's not like I can't get it, you know? Like, I can get money. It's just everything's quite expensive when you don't have renewable access to money. Okay, let's actually get lined up perfectly here. There we go. So if I aim for this, yeah, if I aim for the center of it, I should be able to do that. I've got to turn off smart cursor. Let's give this a go. Yeah, okay. So I just need to keep an eye on the ads. My damage is fairly low. Move before the death laser fires. There's got to be like a perfect time to do that. I'm not sure when it would be. Okay, so the clots healed him there. I think that was the issue I was having with this before, is that I'm not dealing enough damage to the clots. He could get worm cans from chests, but fishing wouldn't work anyway. Actually, worm cans don't work either. Fishing works, but not worm cans. It's like the exact opposite almost. So you can fish if you have access to bait, but I don't have access to bait because if I open the worm cans, they just spill out onto the floor. You need to teleport as soon as the death restarts, or as it's already past you. That's true, yeah. I think what I need to do though is give up on having full protection here, just so that I can get the clots down. You teleport the clots away after the top eye is dead, so you don't need to worry about death ray. But then, am I going to be able to deal enough damage to kill the top almost, you know? Alright, let's give this a go. Yeah, and I can actually hit both eyes at the same time with this, so even if one is not quite lined up, I just need to get the right level. A little bit lower. So that works. Not dealing enough damage to the clocks. That's the issue. I'm out damaging the Moonlord though. That's the nice thing. I'm dealing more damage than he can heal from. Okay, I'm going to stop now before that eye comes out. I probably should have switched before, because now the eye is an issue. I think top eye first. Yeah, heart statues is, yeah. I should use heart statues to be honest. What's the maximum timer on heart statues? What's the quickest you can spawn hearts? Yeah, I can use the red potions in a For the Worthy World to get the buffs and then join my other world and the buffs carry over. Let's have a quick look at what heart statues do. "10 seconds. Okay. And 3 can exist at once. That's a good thing actually, because it means even when I'm at other teleporters, 3 can exist. Okay. I'm taking advantage of anything I can get. I'm not using, I'm not restricting worlds at this point. So a 5-second timer should activate every... Oh god, I don't want to do that. 5-second timer should be fine. And I think if I... Infinite building on. Place it there with timer next to it. It should hopefully work. Yeah, let's go red actually, because I don't think I'm using anything else that's red. And it works. There we go. Why can I not press the... There we go. Yeah, it's going to cross over, but since I'm using red, it shouldn't matter. What do you mean by help wanted? As in, like, I don't know how to complete the game at this point, and I'm looking for help in doing that. Which is thankfully actually helping. Need to make sure these are all on. Oh, my button's over here, that's why this... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that should be on now. That one's on. This one's on. You can't even have 3 statues. Oh, the timer's now automatically teleporting me. Okay, I need to change that last one. Not this one. Which one is it? This one here, I think. Yeah. In fact, let's keep it like that and do this. Can you tell I don't use wiring that much? You can't even have 3 statues if you need 1 machine at spawn to get in fast enough. Put the timer farther away so you can't click it accidentally. I've got smart cursor on when I'm actually using the thing, and the closest thing to smart cursor should be always the thing. And as long as I've got heart reach on, I think I should be able to get those hearts. So let's give this another try. Do I not have heart reach? I must not have heart reach in my piggy bank. Turn on God mode. Get some heart reach. Is someone able to confirm if I can actually get heart reach as part of my... What's my 45 on my piggy bank if I need this anyway? Like I can get heart reach as part of my buffs, right? Pretty sure I can. Honestly, with 1 heart statue, I might be able to just use 1. I might not need to teleport. Let's see how that works. That does not work. My piggy bank needs to go away. Okay, heart statues kind of trivialise this quite a bit. But then piggy bank, how do I get... Okay, I can get rid of it just by clicking it. Didn't know that. Oh no, it's just redeployed it. piggy bank is causing issues. Let's take you over here. And just in case. Oh, still not yet. Well, it's not bug abuse, and it's not even spam, just barely possible. Yeah. The question now is what happens in phase 3, or phase 2, once I've got the eyes down. And the question is, how many heart statues do I have in my world? Because I don't know if I have that many. I can't place them down and move them. So I'm kind of severely limited as to where I can do this. Okay, let's start looking at the side eyes now. Which are going to heal the top eye. Okay, I'm going to need to jump back and forth between them quite a lot, I think. Question is also, can this all happen within the time limit I have for my buffs? Because I'm going to need to take those from a For the Worthy world, come into my normal world, destroy the pillar, and then start the Moonlord fight. All in one go. That was a risky teleport. I honestly might bind fire and right click to a different button so that I can't accidentally hit them. And so that once I've got my mouse in place, I can just forget about it, you know? Oh, that was silly. That could have killed me. I need to, yeah. I'm going to need to lock in for the whole fight is the annoying part. If I manage to find a place that's got 2 heart statues, then I'm set, to be honest. The real question is what happens in phase 2. Because this only counters phase 1. I also need to counter phase 2. What I think I should do is use the do the top eye first. No, do the side eyes first, should I say? And then the top eye, because I'm kind of wasting healing almost. Because I get the top eye low and then it heals back up because I'm not killing the pots quick enough. You mean kill top eye as in like fully kill it? Because I'm thinking this way I can get them all fairly low, like individually. Okay, that killed me quick. Get 2 true eyes, form hands, and top eye take longer to kill, so it's the top priority. Huh? Restoration potions, or these one skeleton merchant selling, would be the best here since low HP and not having access to charm myths. Yeah, I'm using restoration potions because the reduced potion cooldown makes so much sense when I've only got 120 max health, because I'll also have life force active. You need to be teleporting more after any eye is killed. Let's get the Zenith out for some actual testing. Because I can destroy the top eye and then see what happens after that. So as long as I'm teleporting out of the way of everything that's trying to kill me, it should be possible. There's just a lot more things that are trying to kill me, I guess, that I need to be aware of. I'm like trying to pay attention to one thing, and then the other thing starts causing issues. Now this eye's being annoying by not dying quick enough and healing quite a lot. If I just continually teleport, what happens? I need health. Yeah, I'm almost just not doing enough damage at this point. Like, it's just out healing almost everything I'm putting at it just because I can't kill the clots. Yeah, I don't know. You can't let the true eyes just stay on you. You need to dodge spheres always. Obviously you need to get the top eye low, then the hands, then kill top eye, then the hands. Isn't this whole set up to prevent the healing entirely? Unfortunately no, I still have to kill the moonclots. Or do you mean if I teleport before the moonclots reach him? Because that could work, but then that's another thing to think about almost, you know? Right, let's see if I can find examples of heart crystals in this world, because if I can't find those, then I'm kind of screwed regardless. What am I looking for? Well, what do they look like? Let's have a look here. Just grey lump. There's a statue. What's this one? It's a cricket one. Let's go God mode. If he never gets his tongue on you, he never makes clots. It's gonna be a bass statue, or yeah, Queen King. This is going to be difficult to find in the real world. Real difficult to find. Don't know what the Dryad's doing there. It's gonna suck, but all it is a lot of Spelunker and a lot of time, but a very good chance of winning once you do find them. I don't think teleporting does remove the moon buff, unfortunately. Still no heart lantern. Still no heart statues in this version, at least. I am wondering if it's that likely that I'll find them out in the wild. Can't you use T-Edit to check worlds to get an idea of the average heart statue spawns? I feel like I've gotten 2 to 5 per world. I could, yeah. Honestly, at this point, if this is the strategy I'm going for, I wouldn't mind using T-Edit to find them in the real world, because it would take way too long otherwise, and I kind of want this playthrough to be done with. I still have the second phase to deal with though. Like once the eyes are all out, I'm still struggling. So like I almost think, you know, if I don't actually have enough heart statues in my world to do this, this is a lot of time spent worrying about something that won't actually matter all that much. Can they spawn inside the dungeon? Yeah. Oh, dungeon is worst case since you can't mine it. Yeah. Having the debuff is fine as long as you can detach the tongue, right? I'm not entirely sure. There's a heart statue. I found one, and it's in the worst place. It might be worth looking back at the dynamite option. It would be expensive, but potentially less time expensive than looking through my entire world for heart lanterns, or heart statues, should I say. I wonder what that would look like. I'm going to take a quick break to go to the toilet, and then I'll be back to try some more. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you in a few minutes.
If I want to beat every boss Terraria Master Mode has to offer using only bombs and dynamite...
I'm back. I just realised that I was going to do some research, but because of the way I've got my audio set up, you would hear that as well as the music. So, yeah, I believe we can only deal damage to Moonlord once. So you're saying that with explosives, I can only deal damage once before it's like he gets iframes from that, which means I then can't do it again, right? I think that's the case. I wonder if dynamite could be used, but then I don't have any explosive proof blocks other than the dungeon. Yeah, and the explosive radius is so big that getting another hit in is close to impossible. So I would need a minimum of, how much was it, 90 for the top eye, and then for the core, yeah. So it would be 200. Okay, that's a lot. I'm wondering if the Moonlord triggers pressure pads. I think I can make those, is the thing. Did I just break that block? I think I maybe did. Oops. So these are bought from the merchant. What do you mean? What do I mean? Oh God, struggling to talk. These are bought from the mechanic, so that's possible. All they need to be the size of this farm, pretty much. Since they are too close, they would blow each other up too. You could overlap them just in other ways. I'm also wondering if it would need to be something like this, or if you could do it with like just running along a tunnel. Another potential cheese you probably don't want to do is Fireworks from the Party Girl. You can buy hundreds and try to do a very large amount of damage nearly instantly and prepare one chamber for each eye and then one for the heart as well. That's true. I don't actually know much about how Fireworks work. Let's have a look at Fireworks. Firework box, right? Let's go up here for this. Is this the harmless one? I think that's the harmless one, yeah. Okay. Mappy has a lot of good guides regarding those cheeses. I'll try to find a quick link to a video that uses them. Okay. Yeah, let's get the Party Girl in because I need to check what she actually sells. Oh, is it rockets maybe? I DM'd you the Mappy video. Okay, thank you. Let's take a little look at that on stream then, I guess. Let's hope he's okay with that. Mute the starter for a second. Okay, so 99 of each rocket. I mean, 3.5 seconds, that's long enough for us to survive. And it might be less cheesy than Projectile limit. Way more than just 99 of each. Okay, how much do they cost? Let me double check how much these things cost. 14 silver. Oh, okay. That could get quite expensive quite quickly. I mean, I could get her as happy as possible to try and maybe get that down to like 12, but even that's going to be expensive. Maybe the best option though. Let's continue watching. I'm also hoping there's a... Are these reusable? Or are these like a one-time use thing? It's multiple platinum. How many multiple? Yeah, it's not a cheap option, but near guaranteed survival if properly pulled off. One-time use. Ooh. Okay. Terrifying, because this is a lot of platinum to spend on one use. It's in classic. The issue is that I'm stuck to like 100 health and barely any damage boosts, barely any weapons. I would do a lot of testing before trying it in the actual run. Yeah. is looking like I would need to do that. So this is with a lot of damage boosts as well. I'm wondering if this is in Classic or maybe Expert or Master. What is this, an invincibility cage or something? Because that does no longer work with Moonlord. Oh no, that's just to get the boosters, I see. I just need a lot more rockets. Okay, well, let's see how much health, because this could be Master Mode for all I know. Wow. I didn't even see how much health. Jesus. Does the boss bar even... Where's the boss bar? Is that turned off? Oh my god. Okay. Quite an old video, I think. Oh, 8 years ago. Wow, yeah, that's quite an old video. Is there anything newer? What's this? It's 1.3 still. Okay. Okay, so this is using Jousting Lance. I think I can get the base Jousting Lance, and I can get the inner tube. That speed kill was expert though, because Feral Bite is expert only. Yeah, that's the thing, is so many things are limited to expert mode. Or just not available in this, like the Nebula armor. This is quite a lot. Okay, so just farming up damage and speed. And then farming up Horseman's Blade, interesting. Stacking them so that it hits the eyes and the hands, I'm assuming. You might spend more time looking for money than heart statues would take. That's the question. But I also don't know if the heart statues thing is... Like, I don't know how I would deal with the last phase anyway. I think normal mode would be easier for firework rockets. Would still be hell expensive. Yeah. Let's do a test of maybe how much it would take to take out one eye. Get some rockets. Don't need that. The money are limited. You can use other worlds. Yeah, other worlds is fine. How much damage do these do? Let me have a look on the wiki quickly. Rockets. 150 ranged damage. Okay. And the Moonlord in classic mode, his top eye has 45,000 and his side eyes have 25,000. So that's a lot of firework rockets. So it's 300 firework rockets for the top eye. And at, say I can get it down to 12 silver. That's 3,600 silver. So divide that by 100, 36 gold. That's not crazy for the top eye. And it's probably going to be about 4 times that amount overall. So I could do it in under 2 platinum. Plus, if I've got ranged bonuses, do they stack? Is it just can the are affected by ranged bonuses? Okay. Oh, when triggered by a wire, they will only have their base stats. Okay. So how would I place those 300 to get the top eye? No, we can't get asphalt blocks. Check if rocket iframes were changed too. I hope not. Can't see anything on the wiki page about it. It doesn't say what the range is, I don't think. Let's get the music back on actually. A bit under 200 per hand. Yeah, never mind. When activated by wire, no ranged or crit bonuses, only base. Yeah, that's the annoying part. 1.35 platinum per my count for all the rockets, 300 top eye, 200 per hand, and 400 for bottom. That's a large estimate, and still a plat for everything. I wonder how does it interact with shimmer? Like if I would need to build quite a high thing. This would be very hard to set up potentially. But would it bounce back on itself with shimmer? No, it doesn't. I mean, they're quite quick to place. That might be a quicker way to actually hit the Moonlord in my normal setup anyway. Like if I could place these next to me. Yeah, how would this work with Moonlord? Just out of curiosity. Like how quickly can I get rid of this top eye? I mean, the clots aren't an issue. But it's still actually not that fast, all things considered. Oh, we don't see the game, we only see the mappy video. I see. Let me sort that. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to see how this would work. So I can just hold down left click and then spam right click to place these down and fire them really quickly. But it's honestly still not doing enough damage, I don't think, to the top eye to warrant using it. Okay. I think I would have to set up a proper auto setup then, which is going to be painful and time consuming. I'm wondering if there's any way to set up the stack of them. That do you have access to dummies? I don't think. Because I know that you could do like the projectile, or not projectile, the NPC spawn limit thing as well, but I don't have access to it. It's funny how at this point, two of the best strategies are using the party girl to kind of cheese Moonlord. There is something kind of funny about that, I think. Right. Now can I place these on top of... If I break that, is that then gonna... Yeah. So I would need to place them separated a bit more than Mappy has, but I think it should still go through. Yeah, it still goes through platforms. Okay, that's good. So I don't need to use I was thinking of a dummy engine, 60 activations per second, so you can hold down left click and they would automatically launch the moment you did. Oh yeah. I mean, 60 per second would deal a lot of damage, but I would then need to also find a way of taking down the side eyes. So how many of these can I fit in a smallish area? Just got here, so if you can't pick anything up, does that count for all loot or just dropped loot? So I like, the premise is that I'm using the Encumbering Stone, so I can't pick anything up from the ground. I can only buy things from NPCs or loot them from chests. Is this vanilla? This world isn't, but the actual world that I'm playing in is. This is a test world. If you place them on teleporters and break the blocks under the teleporter to then leave the furniture on top floating, I'm thinking that's going to be even more expensive than doing it this way. Like, that's going to take a lot more farming than just this. And what was that? How many blocks? 9. So let's make that 10, just to make it a nice round number. Am I going to need to time these perfectly to be able to actually hit the Moon Lord? That's the question. You can reuse the teleporters when placing. I can't, because I can't pick them up. Yeah, that's the problem, is every time I place an item down, it's gone, essentially. You need a block roof too, so they hit all on the eye. Well, that's the thing as well, is actually they only go up a certain amount before they explode. So that's kind of the limit, I guess, there. Do they deal damage through blocks? What do you mean by help wanted? I mean that I'm trying to figure out how to kill Moonlord and I'm struggling with it, so any help would be appreciated. So it's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 10, 80. There's 80 here, and I need probably 200 for each side eye, and then 300 for the top eye. Is Moonlord the last boss in the game? Yes, yes he is. That's really the highest it could go. So that would be the roof there. Could you try some form of cannon farm? Can I get the cannon, actually? Now that I think of it. I don't think I can get the pirates to spawn. I think they require 200 health. I think the pirate invasion needs 200 health to spawn. But this should all... they should all detonate on the same block. I might be able to get another 2 layers actually, because... or at least another 1 layer. Because they should hopefully still hit the same NPC even if it's like a higher level. Like, this might still work. Yeah, I think that should still deal damage. I mean, it might for quite a few more above it, but I do just want to double check that that actually deals damage the way I think it's gonna. Oh, this hike has ruined my thing. Right, let's replace this bottom one. If it's one-time use, then using teleporters to put another row of rockets per 2 platforms is worth it. Yeah, that might be the case. I just don't like that it is, because that's a lot more money. Let's get rid of items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times 10, that's 100 there. I would need 2 of this per hand, I'm pretty sure. But let's test that out. If only there was a way to like stack the eyes on top and deal damage to all of them. How big does the explosive radius look? Okay, so it looks like that's probably our limit of how far out we want to go. Like if the eye's in the center. So only rocket kill the core and do the teleport kill for the top eye and hands, and then flick a switch to rocket the core to death at 1 or more teleporters. The issue is that I don't know if I'll be able to find the heart lantern, the heart statues throughout my world. Annoyingly, everything I'm doing is just proving that the beach ball strategy is probably the quickest and safest way of doing it. Like, ugh. It's so annoying that I don't want to use that cheese, but everything else I find has so many issues. Like finding very rare statues throughout your world that hopefully exist, might not, or using rockets that are very expensive. You already said you'd be willing to use T-Edit to find them. Yeah. But is it worse to use T-Edit than it is to use beach balls? I don't know. At least beach balls are all in the game. Too much to think about. Let's blow things up. Let's just check this is how this works. Yeah. I think beach balls is probably easier, but firework rockets are probably also viable. I don't know if they're less cheaty. Depends on how much time you want to waste preparing and testing. Yeah, that's the thing, is I at this point, I'm kind of done with this playthrough, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want it to be over quite quickly. I'm ready to move on to the next thing. But this playthrough is just taking a lot longer than I'd hoped it would. So let's actually, I'm just going to check I can actually, yeah, I can still reach things using Omnipotent Building. So if I spawn the Nord in now, let's see how much damage this does. That did no damage! What? Why did that do so little damage? That should have been a third of what was actually needed. Um. Make a paint tool copy of the rockets. I could do. I'm kind of just curious why it's not dealing damage. Is it because the roof is too high? If I place the roof here, does that work better? Oh wait, 145, 142. So that only dealt 3,000 damage. Jump up. I suppose, yeah, I could start up here, that's true. And let's try that then, see how that works. Looks like you can out-heal Moonlord with it though, which makes it viable for the head only. Okay, that was just over 4,000. No, just under. Just over 3,000 again. Like, hook up actually. This just doesn't seem like a viable strategy, annoyingly. Like because these aren't reusable. That's like, once I do it, it's done. I've got one chance. I don't know what to do. I feel like this should be doing more damage than it is, you know? Unless they did add iframes without saying they did. Feels like they're only doing damage when they hit him exactly. Like, only some of them are dealing damage. Is bouncy boulders an idea? Unfortunately, I can't get boulders because I can't get dirt. I can't get dirt or stone. Like, somehow stone is an issue in this run. So if I place that here, does it deal damage to him? It does. It does. What about like here? Doesn't do damage to him there. But there. Oh, it does there. Sometimes. It could be that when I was looking at this one, it's because no. So only sometimes deals damage here. The issue with using with the beach balls is that I also have to get the key brand from another world. Use the sorbet cafe teleport technique. It'll be a long fight but prevents Moonlord from healing or getting any hits off on you. I don't know if it actually prevents him from getting any hits off on you. I think it relies on you having enough defense that it doesn't matter that he's getting hits off on you. But let's have a look anyway. I think I've seen it in this one. Yeah, this is his strategy here.
Reach his eyes and kill him painfully slowly. His hands are very annoying to try to hit consistently. They move all over the place, close periodically, and have 37,000 hit points each.
Yeah, he's still getting hit for like 82 damage, 50 damage, 10 damage. He's just out healing it. And he's got heart statues as well. So I don't think the Sorbet Cafe technique is going to work. I think we're either going to have to come up with our own technique using teleporters, or something else. If you're talking about lawnmower only, then that's tank all the way. Yeah, certainly seems that that's the case. What else has Sorbet got? What have we got in the wiring video?
And the lamp of the next one. Make a dummy.
I could pump shimmer actually. I could get shimmer wherever I want. Just look for the statues in another world just to at least confirm they spawn enough in worlds. Yeah, either make your own setup that gives you more range or use an invincibility trick. I don't think invincibility tricks work with Moonlord anymore because he has his own iframes. I'm sure there is a way to avoid the damage with teleporters, it's just you have to pretty much avoid all damage. At least you have better damage than Sorbet has in most of his torture shenanigans. Yeah. I have more damage, but I have a lot less health and a lot less defense. And that's kind of what carries him through his playthroughs. Could I use the temple traps to kill him? Yeah, bait is the issue with using fishing. Yeah, could I use the temple traps? How much damage did they do? You'd have to have a good collection in one area. Unless I could find a way of moving the... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to move them itself, but they'd be more consistent than what you have right now. How much damage would they actually do? Okay, so we've got those. Let's get the Moonlord down. Okay, so there is a limit of how quickly they can trigger. I'm assuming it's probably not far off 5 seconds. Can't actually see him. Oh, they're doing like 10 damage each time they hit. That's not really good enough. Like, at all. Like, unless I was invincible to all this would not be doable anyway. So does he have like any gear or anything? Yeah, I have access to all of this stuff. because I can buy it from NPCs or use chests out in the world. Again, I've realized you can't, yeah, you can't see. So I basically tried to deal damage using temple traps, and it dealt like 10 damage each time. It's not a viable way, I don't think. Sorry about that. Still not the best at this whole streaming thing. Now, if I were to go down here, I've got the 5-second timer there. Let's see what happens now. I want to get rid of this water. So I can pass the water down here. Go, go, go. That should be his head. Now, in the firing line. Problem is, I can't actually see much. Is that on? That should be on now. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 9-10 damage, nowhere near enough. Okay. Yeah, my bow does do better than that. Other than some elaborate firework setup or using things, I think this is the best option we've got. Let's see what happens when all the eyes are out with this setup. Let's try and get them all out at the same time. We'll see how that goes. So, with this, if I buff, let's turn the smart cursor. Yeah, let's just see if I can actually survive. Let's not even bother trying to deal damage. No, basically the answer is no. I can't survive that. The problem with the 1 HP videos I've looked at is that most of them you have really good mobility, which you can substitute with teleports, so avoiding damage is something you don't have resources for. Yeah, it's much harder to avoid damage with teleports than it is with anything else, I guess. Do I get iframes when I use teleportation potions? I don't think I do, but I do when I use the murder. I'm wondering if that's a thing. But then I think Moonlord uses separate iframes anyway, so that wouldn't count.
Using minimal effort.
Okay, what does Sorbet say about projectile cap exploits?
However, it's not the most effective way of reaching the projectile cap. Using furniture that spawns projectiles, we can make a circuit that reaches it automatically and loops itself. There are a few ways we can do that. Stack 30 cannons on top of each other at the top of the world, which fire straight upward and fall into a elevator. This ensures that the projectiles will stay in the world for long enough. Build a shift register to activate each one in order. We connect each one to its own lamp and the lamp of the next one. Make a dummy engine to provide inputs and turn it on. Give it a little time to spawn enough cannonballs and then you're good to go. You'll want to summon your minions if you want to use this for bosses, obviously, but nothing will be able to spawn any projectiles. However, I do believe this method is getting patched in 1.4.5, so let's check another one. We can use dart traps with the same basic idea. We put them side by side and activate them in order. We also want to turn the dart traps off with actuators to prevent them from blocking the other shots. The problem is, you do need a lot of dart traps, more than you'll reasonably have unless you're playing on no traps or get fixed boy. Enemy spawning, as well, can be broken in half with wiring. By lining 30 critter statues up in a pool of lava and activating each one, in order, every game tick, we prevent the game from being able to spawn any enemies. This is because only one standard NPC can spawn per tick, and if we spawn an NPC from a statue every tick, then nothing else can show up. This works over any distance. This is not the same as reaching the NPC cap. You can still get bosses or enemies that show up under special conditions, like how ghosts show up from tombstones. If it has special spawning circumstances, it can still appear. But if you've got this circuit build, you are free to go about the world and almost nothing can spawn to bother you. And don't dig up and get fixed boy, you'll have to keep the statues far enough away that they despawn, as the lava won't kill them instantly. Using critters that don't transform during blood moons is best. Speaking of blood moons, you can also just keep spawning bunnies and goldfish during blood moons to race up to the NPC limit. By using teleporters and understanding enemy spawn requirements, you can make some very effective foams. There was the Lucky Coin Spider foam that Quasar and DinoChess made and Mappy improved upon, but I believe that is getting patched in 1.4.5. There are a lot of impractical but very cool foams. This is one that mass produces gel from slime statues and collects thousands of gel per second. There are gnome foams to rapidly generate gnomes and all sorts of critter foams, but most of those aren't really that useful, they're just kind of cool. These are just some of many possible designs, and this video has been going on for long enough at this point. There are some wiring concepts I wasn't able to cover, circuits that are pretty much only useful for very advanced designs, like multiplexers, demultiplexers, RAM and ROM, and a few others. And you can use Terraria's wiring to make a massive number of things, from scoreboards.
Okay, so other than beach balls, what other projectiles could I use to reach the limit? There is flares, but they have a time limit. I'm wondering, do the fireworks from the non-firework rockets, do they, like what am I saying? The firework box, are those classed as projectiles or not? I suppose I could look up a list of projectiles on the wiki. Let's get this up here. These are projectile NPCs. Projectile IDs. Let's have a look. I could get my chat up on the other screen. Flare gun and old one army sentries too, if you stack them enough. I checked if I could actually get multiple, if I could pick up Ethereum mana, and I can't, so that's also not an option, unfortunately. I wonder, is there some sort of cheese with the flame lash where I could like spawn a bunch of them and then they can just deal damage to them all at once? I could stack a bunch of antlions. Could you do the hand socket iframes? I don't think I have enough defense for that strategy. Oh, the ice block counts as one. Not even with Bass Statue. I'm pretty sure I can't. Let's check how much damage the Moonlord does with his socket. Yeah, 80 damage I think is too high to get down to 1. My defense is very, very small. 61 with no buffs, 72 with buffs, and that only contributes to that, like, only half of that reduces damage because I'm in classic. So the most I can reduce damage by is, what, 36? Which just isn't enough. Anything over like 40 is probably not anything I could survive. What other projectiles have we got that I could easily get 300 of, or 999 of, should I say? Explosives are counted as a projectile? Is that only when they're actually live? Because if I could just place down 999 explosives, that would make it a lot simpler. Because it would be kind of reusable in a way that that would be reusable in a way that the bouncy balls aren't. You could technically use explosives to delete projectiles in the moment of explosions. How would that work, I guess? Do you have vampire knives? No, I can't get the biome keys because I can't pick them up. So I can't get any of the biome chest weapons. How much damage can a stack of explosive bunnies do? Also, are they even available? Unfortunately, no, I can't get bunnies because the bug net shoots out. Well, it ejects the thing into the world. They're furniture until they get a signal. So what are the rules here? Is it just chest loot and things sold by NPC? Pretty much, because that is what the Encumbering Stone allows. This is so hard. Yeah, I'm struggling, I'm not going to lie. Beach ball is the best option so far. Coins. Oh, that's with the coin gun. Okay. I imagine coins thrown out don't work that way. Landmine, I imagine that's only once they're active. Snowball launcher I can't get, by the way. Bees I also can't get. Coins thrown are items, but falling coins might work actually. Still not really reusable, but a thing. Yeah, I don't know how I would make use of that, really. Can beach balls stop all projectiles, and is there a way to fill up the mob cap to not have clots spawn? So clots aren't an issue because they can only spawn if the Moonlord's tongue touches you, which is a projectile. So I don't need to hit the NPC limit, it would just be the projectile limit. I'm wondering if there's something I could do with projectiles bouncing on shimmer. I don't know if they've got like a lifetime that they exist in the shimmer. Hoix plus teleporter theoretically dodges all damage. Yeah, that only works if it uses the same iframes, and the Moonlord has distinct separate iframes, so... Most projectiles have the same lifetime as flares. Oh yeah, I'm not even really thinking about lifetimes. Confetti. I'm assuming there isn't actually a way to use that, but it'd be interesting if there was. Says on the wiki the stone doesn't prevent fishing. No, it doesn't prevent fishing, but I can't get any bait because like using the bug net just spawns the item into the world on the player's position. And the same with opening fish cans, what are they called? Worm cans. Cans of worms, that one. Yeah, so there's the falling coins. I mean, 999 in copper coins wouldn't be hard to get, but I don't know how I would keep them falling. Unless you can, like, teleport copper coins? I doubt that, but it would be kind of interesting to find out. Firework fountains, how do these work? Actuating blocks would destroy them if they fall in it, so technically a line of 999 coins on actuator blocks that has a gap between the actuator levels would allow them to be reused for the world's height's worth. But that's only for the amount of time it takes them to fall out of the world. That's going to be not that long, annoyingly. So these last 10 seconds. But if they're triggered every few seconds... How does it work with projectiles where... Let's have a look. The firework fountain. Where is it? Okay, so are each of those a projectile? Because if I could get those operating every few seconds, I wonder, does it keep going if I keep clicking? No. So I would need to time it. I wonder if it stops if I place it with a wire. Okay, so it's going, it's going, it's going. Is it going to stop producing them at some point? It did stop for like a millisecond, but if I have two sets of them that are on slightly different timers, I wonder if that would work. Having something that's a bit more reusable than the beach balls would be nice. Right, let's get rid of this. Let's just grab this. Also, it's super hard to see things with all the bloom from lights and shadows during the day. Okay, I can switch the time. That should hopefully be a bit easier. So yeah, how many of these would I need to place down to stop the projectile limit, or to hit the projectile limit? Because they each spawn quite a few projectiles. And also, how does this work? Like, does it get superseded by the Moon Lord? Is there any sort of projectile priority? I'm not entirely sure. Probably get 2,000 of them and put half and half on different timers so that you can have at least 1,000 active at a time. Let me see if it says anything on the wiki. Try spawning Moonlord in. Well, I would need to see that there's no projectile spawning for some of these to know that it's working. So what I can do is grab this. Hoping these work when placed on top of each other. I think they should. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is the projectile limit. Okay, that's good to know. Now, what happens if I spawn Moonlord. So he is shooting projectiles. Okay. It seems he has priority then over other projectiles. Either that or that actually has no impact at all, and these aren't considered projectiles in the same way. Can't see again. Oh, I'm bad at this. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I've got a bunch of them here, and the Moonlord's still producing projectiles, so this won't work. And I can still shoot projectiles, so there must be some kind of different rule for it. There's a chance that the tech order is such that entity AI is processed first. That seems to be the case. Let's have a look back at the wiki again then. So we need something that's kind of how do projectiles work? Like, why is it that the bubble, that the bouncy ball works but that doesn't? That's what I need to know. And is there any way to find a projectile that does what the bouncy ball does, the beach ball, but without having to buy 999 of them? Because if so, that'd be quite useful. Well, what else does the bubble machine? Okay, I don't think that's going to work. What else has she got? The bubble wand. That just spawns bubbles. Not going to work. Confetti cannon. When the pirate is present, so that's not going to work. Maybe because the beach ball is a physics object and the physics tick is updated first. That could be it. If so, then is there any way to find out what physics projects are? I imagine the physics ball, the football might work as well as the beach ball. The party center. That's not going to work. Release doves. It's consumable. Disappear after 5 seconds. Release lantern. Disappear after 16 seconds. Let's see what the wiki says about projectile limit. Basically all just talking about projectiles, nothing about the limit. Oh yeah, you're right, Bone Reaper, that's what it is. The projectiles do take over from the oldest, but if they're updating every frame on contact with each other, then they are the newest. Yeah, yeah. Flares don't last long enough for the kill. Yeah, I would need to do the bouncy ball if so, the beach ball. Although I'm still hoping that there's an alternative that I just don't know of. So probably anything that bounces is a decent option. Yeah, gravestones are potential, but I don't know if they would actually update each tick. And also, I don't know if dying 999 times is better than buying 999 beach balls, because the cost of the beach balls aren't actually that high, as far as I remember. Yeah, 20 silver each, 20 copper each is not bad, especially because I could probably get that down to 15 copper each. So it's, you know, it's not crazy. Yeah, it's only 150 silver, actually, which is really not bad. 1.5 gold. That's the annoying thing, is like this. It's actually a reasonable solution, as far as I can see. It's the most reasonable. That's the annoying part, is that it's more reasonable that I buy 1,000 bouncy balls than it is for me to just fight it the traditional way. It's just the time investment, and honestly, in the time you took to look for this is the time you could have done the kill already. Yeah. I just don't want to end the video with beach ball spam. I'm not going to be able to use rolling cacti. Golf balls are maybe another thing that could work. I wonder if golf balls would actually be any better than beach balls, though. Yeah, bought for 1 gold. That's too expensive. A player can only ever shoot 1 ball. Okay, yeah, you can tell I've never used golf balls. Not once. Also may not even do what we need. Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, if I'm going for the bouncy balls, I also then need to go for the key brand, unless I want to try and beat Moonlord with a platinum broadsword, which is going to take hours. So yeah, that's another thing to consider. almost at the end of the list. Is Keybrand even obtainable? Yes, if I use a Don't Dig Up world, you can buy it from the Travelling Merchant instead of the Katana, and if I then bring it to my world, it deals the normal stats. So these are all the Master Mode pets. All the bombs. Never knew the Zenith was called the Final Fractal in the files. That's kind of interesting. Well, what might make the ending more interesting is all the research and talking about projectiles, so it's less about the cheese kill. Yeah, that's true. I'm assuming I'll be able to use quite a bit of this in the end of the edit, which will hopefully be somewhat interesting. I don't know, some people might click off as soon as they hear that I'm using projectile cheese. Do TNT barrels count as a projectile when they're just placed, or would it need to be... Yeah, it's a tile ID until it's triggered, I think, and then it turns into a projectile. Yeah, that is why you need to put it in the list of options for the kill and then show testing for everything else and then conclude, since then the effect of people clicking off will have less of an effect on the video. True. I do think it is interesting going through like what all the possibilities are, you know? I haven't actually looked at what the cyborg sells, other than the rockets, kind of. And still, the content won't change, since it really looks like there are no other ways to do this. Well, there are other ways, it's just the other ways are so obtuse and so grindy and so risky that I don't see any better option. I mean, I've asked Adventurer 32 if they've done any research into Moonlord, because they're obviously doing the same run, him and Terra Steel, but he said that they haven't really looked that far ahead, and I think it will be especially difficult for them in For the Worthy and with only one world's worth of loot. So if none of the other things that have stopped them, I think this will. I don't see any way that they're going to get past this without some sort of cheese. You expect them to get to Moonlord. No comment. Okay. I think beach balls it is. but that may have to be another stream. Yeah, I think it will be. I think we've done enough in this one, and I should probably go eat some food and then get ready to go looking for the key brand for 5 hours on the next stream, which will be fun. At least it's not looking for heart statues that may not spawn. Night vision helmet is interesting for Calamity. I forgot it's a thing in the shop since it's needed for the Lunic Corpse armor. Are you talking about Skyblock now? Okay. Oh, so these just despawn as soon as another projectile comes out, I guess. Yeah, I'll maybe look into that. I forgot that it was sold as well, but unless it's sold by the skeleton merchant, I don't think that'll help very much. But yeah, thank you for watching and for helping me. Unfortunately, it seems we have narrowed it down to the one outcome that I didn't want, but that doesn't matter. It's decided. We're going to go with beach ball cheese. That'll be the next stream, and then hopefully that'll be the last stream and I can move on with my life to something different. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.